Day 698, 22 for 22. Good evening. I hope this finds you well. Please stay in your fight and do not quit. Alright, so I was under the weather this morning. Something I ate. And also, this is day 698 instead of 700 because I can't count. So I've been talking about how to take your life back. This is going to be part 4 out of number sequence. Oops. Well, it just goes to show that life can get a little messy and you got to clean it up. So today's video is going to be accepting the new normal. That's probably one of the ones that can be interchanged with any of the other ones at the top. Simply because if we don't accept where we're at, we can't move forward because we haven't moved past what has happened. Like for me, until I moved past the fact that my life had completely changed from what it had been just a few short years ago, from 2002 to 2004, I was a non-deployable infantryman to out, and that makes for some tumultuous times, especially up here. And then you throw in the health issues that I was going through at the time, 2 heart attacks, open heart surgery to replace a valve, getting used to having something that you can hear externally, and I hear 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I can actually hear it talking to you guys. And then throw in the relationship crashing. It was hard to move past. It was hard to accept. It was hard to adjust to the fact that my life was completely different and was on a different plane than it had been prior to the heart attacks. Prior to the heart attacks, I was getting ready to deploy with my unit to go take on the Iraqi Army in OIF 1 and lead my soldiers. And, you know, everybody says everything happens for a reason. Still bothers me, and it still made me doubt a lot about myself. So anyway, to get back to the accepting the new normal. All right, now I tried to get back in the gym after Becky and I got together and got my life back on track somewhat. And me being a dumb grunt, I wanted to go full bore and quickly realized I can't do that. I injured myself. Not badly, but bad enough where I knocked myself out of getting back, or staying in the gym rather. And, you know, it was one of the first real physical ways that I learned that I am no longer Superman. I am no longer the person I was, and I'm no longer the person I will no longer be able to be the person that I was. Didn't have the capabilities. I've worked back from it somewhat, but my cardio sucks. I'm not as strong. You know, depending on what I do, my heart, I feel it in my heart, and I feel it in what they did what they did to fix me. Still, and that I got fixed in 2005. That's 15 years later. I'm still feeling it, and I still got other surgeries to go. I had to accept all that and be able to figure out what I can do with purpose, which will be tomorrow's video, within my purpose, and I had to rediscover that purpose. But accepting the fact that I am not going to be that wonderful physical specimen that I was before recruiting and was trying to get back into after recruiting and getting ready to go to war. Now, for you, for whatever's happened to you, we have to accept that happened, no matter what it is. Whether you were raped, whether you saw combat, whether you were in a bad relationship that gives you the heebie-jeebies to this day. It does not matter what happened. You have to be able to accept that action, that happenstance occurred to you. You have to be able to say, yep, that did. No, that did happen. What can I do to move past it? What can I do to say, okay, I have to adjust my plan. I have to adjust where I'm going because I can no longer go where my original trajectory was taking me. And that can be tough. That can stop you in your tracks. I know it did me for a while because I didn't know who the hell I was. And I've discovered that while I am out, I still have the same basic mentality that I had when I was in. I'm a little bit more lenient on some things than I used to be. I still have a very small gray area, you know, but you know, for you it could be something totally different. You gotta accept that that happened and adjust fire. You have to figure out how to work within that new normal to make yourself successful, or better yet, let yourself be successful, because a lot of us just shut down and don't move forward. We don't accept that this has occurred, and we keep fighting the battle over and over, trying to change something that can no longer be changed. It's a fixed point in your timeline that you cannot go back. Thanks Doctor Who for that one. But it's a fixed portion in your timeline. It has occurred. There's no going back. You don't have a TARDIS like Doctor Who. You don't have a DeLorean rigged up with a flux capacitor. You can't go back and change anything. You have to take what has happened from that day in your past and say, yep, that happened, and I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm going to find a way for me to get to where I want to go in my life, and I'm not going to let it stop. I'm not going to let whatever happens stop me. You know, after the relationship I was in before, it was a disaster. I mean, I think she'll agree. It was a disaster. And it would have been very easy for me to just say, nope, not doing the relationship thing ever again. I'm done. I'm out of the relationship game. But then I would have shut down the wonderful relationship that I have with my wife now, with Becky. And I wouldn't have 4 wonderful kids with her. You know, and you know, I don't want to use the corny phrase that everything happens for a reason. In a way, sometimes it does. And you have to decide whether you're going to use whatever happened to you in a good way, or you're going to let it affect you negatively. And I've chosen to let all the negative that has happened in my life be used for good. You're getting these videos whether you like them or not. My kids are getting a dad that takes no but looks for a different route to get to the yes. They're getting a dad that understands that life is not always going to go the way we thought it was going to go, and we have to learn to adapt and overcome. And it's something that we all know. Some of us may that served. We may have to relearn that happenstance, but we may have to learn to adapt and overcome again. It is easier to do when you have a team around you to help with the plan, and there's plenty of resources for that to occur. You know, if you're seeing this, you're in a place where you have people around you that will help you adapt and overcome, if only just by talking to you. A lot of these groups have people that know about resources that can get you the help that you need to be able to adapt and overcome. You know, whether it's financial resources or whether it's mental health. You know, there is a way for this to occur. There is a way for you to adapt to the new normal and take back your life and own it. Like I said, tomorrow's going to be purpose, and I'm going to cut it here because it's almost 9 minutes. But you will find this video on From the Edge to Thriving, my own personal page, Jim Tuff, and I'd appreciate any share I can get. And I realize with the security settings in most of the groups, you're not going to be able to share from the group. So please come to From the Edge to Thriving or to my personal page, Jim Tuff, and share from there. I also share it on Facebook, on YouTube at that_push_up_guy Tuff. Please share the video. Please watch. Take what I say to heart, because it does work. There's plenty of success stories other than me out there that are doing it every day, every minute, every hour. All right. If you need help, seek help. Get it from friends, family, professionals. Do not be afraid to seek help. You need to do what you need to do to be here. And doing that is a sign of strength, not weakness. Do not use suicide as a permanent solution to a temporary or permanent problem. You got this, and you can do it. Tough out.